in 2001, how did you get that break to perform in Apollo?
You know, man, how'd I get the break? I don't know how. I think I knew somebody that knew somebody. It was the worst experience of my fucking life. They hadn't booed nobody all day until me. I was the first. I watched 5 shows. I went up there with I don't know, you know Roy Wood Jr. from The Daily Show. Yeah. Me and Roy rode up there together, and we went to we watched. I was taping that last show that day, and he was taping the next morning. Okay. They hadn't booed nobody all day, right?
So he was like, "Oh, let's go be good."
So we downstairs. We having it with Kiki Shepard, and they go, "Hey y'all, no matter what happens, when people come back down here, no booings had happened, but they was like they do a little speech before every show. You know, just make sure when they come back to the locker room, we still clap them up, we still make them feel good."
Right.
So the first comic go out there, get a standing ovation. Queen Aisha, she goes out there, get standing ovation. Big girl jokes. I like thugs. You know, I like a nigga with a big dick. The whole thing. Mm-hmm. Crowd stands up. Girl, we love you, big bitches. We love you. I walk out there. Hey, how you doing? And I tell my first joke. Boo, boo. And I'm like, okay. I just hear my mama saying, don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them think they got you.
Right.
So after they start booing me, I was like, fuck y'all. Fuck you. Fuck. Like I ain't want it to air. I was like, fuck you. Suck my dick. So I'm walking off the, you know, I was like, but okay, the Sandman's coming. I gotta fight this or something. I gotta swing on it. So Sandman never came. It was just them booing me. So I was like, okay, it's time to go left. 20, 30 seconds in, I'm, you know, a minute and a half, I'm back off stage. And then the host comes up, Rudy Rush, and he's like, man, that's fucked up. It's kids in the crowd. You know, he shouldn't have went off on y'all like that. Like, this is a part of it. You know, you should know you could have got booed. So then I go back downstairs. You can hear a pin drop. Like, I was like, what happened with my clap? Like, what my claps? Where's my soft landing for this shit? So I go to my locker, and the guy taps me. He's like, yeah, man, they're scared for your safety. You should probably leave. So they made me leave. So they made me leave the theater. Nigga, they made me leave the theater. I was like, well, can I go get Roy? So I was like, can I go get Roy? Because we rode together.
Right.
And so I go tap Roy. I was like, yeah, man, you know, they making me leave the theater. They making me leave the vicinity.
What did Roy say?
He's like, I got to check out because he's prepping, getting ready for the next day, which he went the next day and did well. And he's like, well, I'm just going to catch the train back. I'll see you back over there. So I was like, okay, cool. So I get back to the hotel, and I was like, I'm too amped to even, I can't rest.
Right.
I can't. And I drove up there. I couldn't sleep. So backstory, when I got the call to do the show, me and my baby mama was beefing. We was going through shit. Okay. So I got the call to do the show. As soon as I get the call, so you about to be on Showtime Apollo. I hang up with him, go, oh, thank you, appreciate it. I call her, bitch, it's over. It's done. Okay.
I'm famous now.
Call it. It's a done deal. They gonna love me. I'm through the roof. Right. Hey, count your days.
This is it.
You gonna get your fucking money. Right. Don't worry about it. Get booed on Apollo, driving, just, you know, chest pumping. I was like, I gotta leave. So I drive from New York to Memphis that night, start driving.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't sleep, right. Because they don't air it right then. They air it a couple months later. They, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know what happened, but they don't air right. You just know it's gonna air eventually. So I'm driving, I get to Nashville. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be homeless when I get to Memphis. What I'm gonna do? So I stopped, got on the payphone, had to call my baby mama. I go, she go, hello? How'd it go? I was like, you know, I'll be there in a couple minutes. Yeah, I'll be there. And I just hung up the phone. Yeah.
And she took you back in.
And she took me back in. Until it came on TV. Because she knew it didn't go good. I didn't explain it, but she didn't know how bad it was. Okay. So after she found out how bad it was, and like people start going like, "Why are you with this loser?"
Yeah,
she was
ain't
like,
shit.
Yeah,
Henry ain't
and
shit.
And they had proof, and they had me getting. Yeah, dudes start calling the house, asking for her like by name. Like is Shantae there? I was like, God. It's like, nigga, you know I'm her man, right? It's like, yeah, you was a nigga on Apollo. Like, oh man, yeah. Hold on one second, let me get it.
So how did that experience prepare you when you were for BET?
BET. I think I did BET with what's her name? Cheryl Underwood. 2000. Y'all did. Y'all fucking. Y'all got to. Y'all got to do homework.
Yeah, you did BET, Comic View, and HBO all that comedy.
You know what? The Apollo that experience, because getting booed in front of the 500 people that night, followed by it being aired, just made it thicken my skin like no other audience could scare me no more.
Right.
Like I've experienced the worst, until you've been recognized for being booed. You know what I'm saying? Like from people on the street, like I had experienced the worst. I done got fucked the hardest by the worst.
It's the new low.
Yeah, and it don't get really no worse than that. So
Were people really Henry? It didn't go well.
I would be at the store. I was playing basketball. It was like, cause back then TV meant something.
Yeah.
Like now, you could be you
shit.
could go on Jennifer Hudson right now and still walk the streets and nobody give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, we ain't have TVs in our pocket.
Right.
So TV meant something for about 6 months. Whenever I was on TV, because I did a lot of TV shows, MTV, stuff like that. Whenever I would get calls from people thinking I was famous for about 6 months. I was like, oh, we just saw you about to, you know what I'm saying? So, back then it meant something. So when I went and did Comic View and I did HBO, I kind of already knew the effects of it. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't as moved by it in that hyper. I could stay calm and kind of just, go through the process.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was crazy when I did HBO. I was actually a little too fucking drunk on set. Way too. But I thought from the stories I heard, so I get to
You don't remember?
this nigga. So the wild stories I heard about the business. Right, I shot HBO Def Jam, and I shot it with Ryan. I shot it in we shot the same season, 2018. So
You talking about Ryan Davis?
yeah, shot it.
Oh, okay,
and just hilarious and
Ryan
Carlos,
Davis, that's my homie.
Yeah, shot it with Carlos Miller. We was all shooting the same days. So but everybody was cool and calm. Like I had heard all these stories about Def Jam, motherfuckers doing cocaine, bringing guns, pit bulls, bitches. Like I'm just hearing all these wild stories.
Right.
So I show up to Def Jam like, nigga, this about to be crazy.
Right.
This about to be who got the who got the shit? What the X? You know what I'm saying? And everybody else is like calm. Got their little wardrobe, getting their makeup done, going out there doing their sets. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I'm in the back drinking. What a party! I'm taking my shirt off. My manager's like, they wondering, are you sober enough to can you do the set? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. What is wrong with? I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? This supposed to be a celebration,
Right.
this it, right? The Def Jam, this Bernie Mac, right? Man, everybody just kind of subdued, going out there having their little sets. I mean, they were funny, but it just wasn't the rock star. I think it took me a long time to stop treating this business like that. Like what I heard about old school.
Right.
Like now it's so like everybody's so kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go do my. I mean, they're funny. I'm not saying they're not funny, but that behind the scenes crazy stuff, you don't hear about that no more.
See, that's why kind of at first the entertainment business drew me in because of the drugs and the parties and all that stuff.
That's what I thought it was. It's not that no more.
No.
It's not that no more. Everybody is that Diddy stuff. That shit is not.
How you feel about Diddy?
What you mean? What you mean? How I feel?
Like,
I want to know who's the new dudes fucking dudes for fame. He fucked it up because now you got to figure out who it is. At least before you knew, like, okay, if I suck this dick, I'm on my way. Now you got to be like, who? No. The next person is not gonna reveal themselves.
Wait a minute, did you hear what Kanye said?
What'd he say?
Oh man.
Okay, so
You didn't hear this?
He came out with a new song.
Because he always say new shit. What he say?
This is like 2 days ago. He came out with a song called Cousins.
Okay.
And then he kind of revealed that him and his cousins used to watch porn magazines together.
Okay.
And that they reenacted what they saw.
A boy?
So he said
Yes.
he said he was sucking his cousin's dick until he was 14.
How old was his cousin?
I think he's a little younger than him.
So he was molesting his cousin. That's crazy. Shit, that's wild.
I couldn't believe. I was like, you don't have to share
That's just
everything.
trauma, though, man. You
don't have to
just
share
dumping.
everything.
Now you just dumping on the world. That's just trauma. We ain't need to know that.
Yeah, no one needed to know that. You're
yeah.
supposed to take that shit to the
To
grave.
the grave.
Yeah,
To the
but
grave.
that was his. I had this joke called. I was like, I wonder why so many celebrities has been raped or molested as kids. And this is probably the worst joke I ever told. So, and I was like, because everybody has a molestation story. You know, Monique, Oprah, everybody got fucked as a kid.
Right.
Stop laughing. Why you laughing? But a lot of people got fucked as children. You know, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard. A lot of people took dick as a kid. I said they need to have a reality show called Star Makers.
Oh, God.
Where they put the molesters in the house and they compete for cash or prizes. You give me a kid, I'm gonna give you a. So I mean,
You also had a joke about, I don't want to know about the people who suck dick and make it. I want to know about the people
that didn't make it.
Yeah.
That's the sad.
That sucks.
That's sad, man. I actually know and I told that joke, but I actually in real life know people that, you know, kind of went through a process and it just never got there. Man, yeah, that's sad. Men and women, yeah. Yeah, it happens, you know.
But see, that's the problem.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about quote unquote selling your soul. Is no matter how powerful somebody is, they can't make people love you. And that's the truth, right? You meet the devil himself, the person with all the control of the whole matrix, he still can't make people love you. Mm-hmm. He could put you on platforms, but he can't make people love you. People have to love you by their own willing choice for you to be able to move tickets and drive sales. And that's what
true.
That's
you
what
gotta
drives
have some talent.
Yeah, you got not just talent, but the love and the charisma or whatever. Like you can't explain what Bill Clinton got. You can't explain what Bill Bellamy has. That's a thing you can't. Even if they, you know what I'm saying? Even if they suck dick for it, it's still something in them that they had to have that resonated with real people's hearts and minds.
Do you think really people are really out there sucking dick for opportunities?
He knows people.
I don't think people just.
Opportunities?
I think people get to this city. I've heard of guys training themselves to fuck guys.
God damn.
Like, you said what?
You go to somebody who's gonna teach you how to take dick in your ass so that you won't be. You know, people prepare themselves in them type situations.
This sounds crazy. I've been in LA all my life, and
I'm mentally.
I don't want it that bad.
Deep.
It's the thing. I don't want it that bad, and I always figured I would. I was like, let me just see how far I can get off my natural ability first. You know what I'm saying? I thought the soul selling was supposed to be to go from like 10 million to a zillion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you suck dick after you already made $1 billion. You know, you made $50 million on your own, and you trying to make this other gazillion. Then okay, the people come out the back.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I got 50 million.
So yeah. So, but there are people that are that greedy for that higher level of success.
Have you been propositioned?
Have I been propositioned? Not in a way that was respectable. You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
Have I been? I feel like, cause no, out here with those people, the way they move, I haven't had nobody come in and go, do this and you'll make it type. I never had that type of thing. I've had like, hey, what's up? You know, like a glance or like and then somebody go, that's the guy that does. Or if you talk to him, when people try to pair you in places, that type thing.
I'm mentally preparing myself to bang an old broad that has money, but I cannot do dudes.
But there are straight men that do gay porn. So.
Oh yeah, we know. And to break into the industry, that's what they have to do.
Wait, we gotta stop. We gotta put an end to this. Well, Henry, I'm not letting you get away with that statement. There are no straight. How did you get motivated as a straight man to go through that experience?
You take a pill. You drink a little bit of alcohol.
You sound like there's some experience over here. Have you taken any pills?
I really feel like just for my integrity as an artist and a creative, like I should get to a certain point based off of my ability. Do I think there's a closed section of people that control a higher tier or a higher level of any business? Yes.
That's true.
I believe they exist. But I do believe that there's a lion's share of success and profitability you can have before you even go into that room.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Before you even get to that
place. Have you ever heard of people entering that room and coming out of that room a little bit different?
I mean, but it's your job. I think, if I'm thinking about it idealistically, it's your job to try to wear the process like you didn't go through it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
If it's a friend of yours, you might see the difference in him or them or her or whoever, but it's your job to go through the process like you didn't experience it.
So your glasses,
no, they don't.
No,
they don't have nothing.
Okay, so is it like, why do you choose to do?
Why do I wear the glasses?
Yeah,
because I look too formal for comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a very military look and a very regimented. Like I'm not ugly enough to be funny, and I'm not fat, and I'm not short. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a regular looking guy. It's not humorous.
So when you put on the look that you think is funny, you think you get a better applause?
They softened. So when you first walk on stage, it's all about that first energy you get,
right?
And that first energy you give. So women, when I look regular, like I just look like a Lorenz Tate or just like a guy at Best Buy,
right?
They like, why am I fucking looking at? So it takes you gonna laugh, but it's gonna take me about 3 or 4 minutes to get you to laugh,
right?
Versus if I got a little slant about me, little disheveled, something don't quite look right. Now you got a little sniggle, you sip your drink. I'm gonna get the laugh at 30 seconds or 15 seconds.
It's funny how stuff like that really plays a role.
Yeah. It's a visual effect.
It's crazy.
Because I would see like fat comedians go up. Like everybody has a physical thing. Kevin Hart is short. He'll go up and sit on the stool and swing his legs. Now he already got you with the leg swinging.
Right.
Then he starts you with the voice. Then he starts you with the characters. Then the story. So it's a pre-calculated process.
So Ryan, since you know Ryan on his weight loss journey right now. So that's the one thing he told me. He was like, he didn't know if he lose the weight, would he still be funny? So that played with him a bit because, like you said,
but he's a relatable looking guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're never gonna lose that. Like Lavelle lost weight, and you're never gonna. But the fat joke is an easy joke to kind of just kind of have a continuous, I can't stop eating type material to keep people laughing in between real material. So you'll lose that crutch. Like being short of, like I seen somebody handicap or got a small leg or something. They lean on that to be funny. Having a physical ailment helps to be funny.